That smoke's not that good. That's probably not that good. Hopefully it's not a ring. Could be a valve. I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna have to put that on the to-do list, because she's definitely hurt. A healthy motor don't smoke. I know that this thing collects a lot of just moisture. You know, and maybe that could be it too. If the catch can was full of all the moisture and shit, maybe that could have been a cause. I don't know. So here's the deal. I'm running out of fuel pump. I don't know if I explained it in any of the last videos. I'm still editing the Texas videos as I'm filming this, but I'm out of fuel pump. It gets to about 4,800 RPM and then it just starts to go lean. So there's a chance that could be from a pretty unhappy ring. I hope it's not. I hope it's something stupid, but it's probably a ring or a burnt valve, something like that. But today, we're putting a new fuel pump in the truck. So I constantly have to like rein myself in with this truck, because at the end of the day, it is supposed to be a daily driver still. This isn't the race truck. Jack Black out there, Jack Black is supposed to be the stupid beat up race truck. This thing is daily driver, allegedly. What I initially was gonna do was do like the twin Walbro 450s and run new lines and stuff, and then that would support almost 1,200 horsepower. It's something like 11 to 1,200 horsepower on E85 and boost. But I know that if I have the fuel system for it, I'll just keep wanting to turn it up, and so I'm not gonna do that. Plus, once you start factoring in all the fittings and new AN line and stuff like that, it gets expensive. It could be done cheaper, of course, but I don't really wanna like completely half-ass a built fuel system. So instead what I'm gonna do is use this. This is a Walbro 525 pump, also known as a Hellcat pump, because they used them in the Hellcats. If anybody's interested, right there's the part number. It is a legit TI Automotive or Walbro pump. Now on regular gasoline, naturally aspirated, that should support 900 horsepower. E85 supercharged, it says it'll be 700 horsepower, but people with the Walbro 450s have made mid 700s with that pump, not that pump, the Walbro 450, and stock fuel lines and stock injector rails. So I know that some of you guys are gonna think it's kind of reckless, but it's proven. People have made numbers with it. I think Skinny's, if you guys are familiar with his Mustang, he made 900 with the stock truck rails. Someone will have to fact check that, but I think he said he was on stock truck rails and just made 900 with it. Now that's not with the 525 or the 450. I don't know what his fuel pump system was, but that was with stock fuel rails. So I know that the fuel rails can support my like 600 wheel if I get to that range. I'd like to be 550 to 650 tire horsepower. If I'm low fives, that's still plenty for me. I'm not super picky. I'm not trying to get a particular number. I'm not trying to get a particular ET or mile an hour. This, I just want to be a fun daily driver. That's really the only thing. Something that I can run a number with, even if it's low 12s, high 11s. Just roast some tires, have fun with. That's all I really want. The only thing I want that to do is get me A to B and make me smile. That's all there is to that truck. The stock fuel lines, I know people have made mid 7s on the stock fuel lines, so that's not a huge deal to me. This pump should support the power, so we should have enough flow. We should be good there. And with this thing being a legit pump instead of, I don't know if Quantum, which is the pump I got in it now, I got a Quantum 340 in it. I don't know if that's a legit pump. I don't know how well people trust it. I have no idea what kind of power this thing's making. I don't think it's a whole lot. Like, right now it's on low boost, so it's, and when I say low boost, I mean we were letting out of the throttle at like 4,800 and it was around 5 PSI, so at like 6,300 peak it could be 6, 7 in that range. I don't really know for sure. So I'm pretty confident that the fuel system will be able to handle it. The wiring is a little unsure. Because this is about a 20-year-old truck now, at the higher RPM, the wiring could be seeing a voltage drop at the actual pump. That could be part of the issue. I don't think it is. I think it's mostly just that pump isn't big enough, but it could be a contributing factor. So what I'm gonna do about that is I'm gonna run a hot wire from the battery to this bus bar, and that's gonna be kind of like a power distribution box. Basically what you'll do is you'll screw this thing down, hook up your power there, and then that will feed all of these. You can hook up a power wire to whichever one of these 10 terminals you want, and then run that to whatever you want. So this is gonna be the main power to the fuel pump. But I'm going to run it through a relay so that it's getting maximum voltage, and then use a trigger switch, which will be, I'll just use the stock fuel pump switch as the trigger because that'll be on and off with the key, and then I'll use that as the trigger switch in this, and then this will be the main power into the relay, and then once the key's on, it'll switch it over and run the full battery voltage to the fuel pump. That way there's no drop off in voltage at the higher RPM. Now for what I'm doing, I don't think that's going to be super necessary, but it's just one of those kind of safety things that I'm already here, I'm already pulling everything apart. I might as well just do it just so I can be extra sure. And the thing that sucks about that is I wanted to keep that kind of close to the battery, but man, this side's already packed full of stuff. So I almost want to run it over there, but then I'm running a battery cable either all the way that way or all the way around here. I do not know. I might be able to just screw it onto the side of the box there and call that good. Alright, you guys are probably sick of listening to me just babble on, so we can start getting to work now. Burn the fucking truck down. At least it's just alcohol. Alright, relay's finally all wired up. This is the stock fuel pump wire. We're using that as the trigger for the relay. Then there's just a signal coming out. Let's see if it blows anything up. Hey, I heard it.
I heard it.
Nice. Let's see if it starts.
Yes.
Woo! It really is. Yeah, like I said earlier, I got the tune all fucked up. Cool. Now we can start mating it to the bed again. But hopefully, that means I can get into boost now. Alright, fuel pump's in, all wired up. Seems to be working well, but I mean the truck always worked well at idle and light blipping of the throttle, so we're gonna take it down the road, get into it a little bit, see if it still wants to lean out. Hopefully it doesn't.
Super rich.
Yeah.
So you're dumping way too much fuel in there.
Oh yeah.
Fuel pump seems to have taken care of you there.
Alright, so I think that fuel pump fixed the issue. I only took it up to like $5,000, but it stayed nice and rich. So I think we're finally good there. Hopefully I can find some time this week to get out and data log this thing, get the tune where it needs to be, and I'm gonna try to make it out to the first test and tune at US 131. I think it's the first Saturday of April. Don't quote me on that. I'll put the date on the screen, but hopefully I can make it out to that. We might try to bring both trucks, but don't hold me to it. It's just taking me a while to get that tune dialed in. I'm slowly chipping away at it, but it's taking me a little while. Like I said, things take time. I'm dumb. I'm still learning. But I'm going to try and make it out to that test and tune, see if we can put down some sort of time. Hopefully get her into that 12, which seems like a funny goal, but considering last time it ran a 13.6. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll try to remember to put all the links in the description below for all the parts I used for the pump and the relay and shit like that. That's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'll see you guys next time.